All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the privilege of delving into one of the most transformative frontiers of modern healthcare, the integration of artificial intelligence. In recent years, AI has emerged as a powerful tool revolutionizing the way we approach diagnostics and treatment. Its potential to enhance precision, efficiency, and accessibility in healthcare is nothing short of extraordinary. So, today, join us as we explore the groundbreaking strides AI is making in the world of medicine. Medindia today has the privilege of hosting a distinguished guest, Dr. Rob Fraser, the founding CEO, President, and CSO of Molecular U Corporation. His journey in the field of personalized medicine is nothing short of remarkable, and today we have the opportunity to delve into the groundbreaking work he and his team are doing. Rob was the founding CEO and is the current president and CSO of Molecular U Corporation. Molecular U was spun out of the Personalized Medicine Initiative, which Rob co founded with leading scientists and clinicians in Canada to develop the framework and technologies to bring personalized medicine into healthcare practice. As the Chief Operating Officer of the PMI, Rob supported the establishment of 6 new companies, of which Rob was co founder of 3 of them, including Molecular U. He helped raise funding for all of them and has been at the forefront of developing the framework and technologies to bring personalized medicine into healthcare practice. In addition to Rob's scientific accomplishments, he has been involved in the raising of more than $37 million in funding. Rob is also co founder of GenXC's healthcare system, Personalized Biomarkers Incorporated, Misentech Corporation, and Novobind. Without further ado, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Rob, who will guide us through this remarkable journey of innovation and progress. So I welcome you, Rob.
Thank you so much for having me. When you say it out loud, I had no idea that so much had been done in such a short time.
Yeah. Okay. So today's first question is, how is AI being employed by Molecular U? Now we all know AI is everywhere in all the sectors. How are you guys employing it?
So we use AI in a number of really responsible ways, I would say. One of the challenges we have with AI is that it is a very powerful tool, but it can go off on into its own directions. And many people have probably heard about the hallucinations that are coming out of some of the new systems that are being developed. So a lot of our AI is very closely supervised. We originally used AI to really survey all the world's literature. And then we had our top scientists and physicians and other practitioners curate all of that information so that we created a really solid database around all of the things that we measure. AI is as good as the data that goes in. And so now that we've got this database, we're now able to expand the usage of the AI and train our new AI tools on this remarkable database that has been fully curated by the world's experts, and then go back into the literature and make it much easier. So when we started out, it took many bioinformaticians hundreds of hours to do, look at all this literature. Now that we're with these new large language models, we expect to be able to do that in an afternoon. So that's a pretty powerful proposition. And so we're really excited by the new powers of it. But again, health is a serious issue. And so you have to be very responsible in the use of artificial intelligence.
Yes, I agree, especially with all these news that are coming up, where they're misusing these technologies, not in just health sector, but all the fields. But when it comes to health, it kind of becomes scary because
And
you're dealing with patients' lives and people's lives. So yes, I absolutely agree with you. Okay, so moving on to the second question. What do you consider as some of the ethical challenges and considerations that arise from employing such technologies?
well, because we're so dependent on data, I think we have to be very responsible in the use of our data. Most of the data is derived that we work from is derived from humans. And so we have to respect privacy, we have to respect consent, we have to be very careful on our control and making sure that we protect our data as carefully and as responsibly as we can. So I think one of the greatest challenges is really protecting the privacy. And I do see this as a growing challenge because AI is, again, it's only as good as the data you're able to access. And the more data that you have, the more accurate your predictions or your power of the AI will be. So we've got to come up with systems that are going to enable consent in a dynamic fashion so that people are able to contribute their data as they wish, but also not contribute in other areas that they may not wish. And so right now, I think it's a bit of a challenge because our AI systems are surveying all of the literature, all of the things in the web, you name it, and some of it's not very accurate, and some of it's incredibly accurate. But AI can't really distinguish, and so we need to be very careful in that consenting side of things. I also think that, there are challenges because a lot of our AI, and this is probably a first world problem or first world creation, is primarily white male Caucasian data. And so we get a lot of biases in biology. We've kind of worked around that a little bit. So we one of the advantages of being in Canada is that we have a very diverse population, and so we've managed to survey a lot of individuals of different backgrounds. And we've also been able to look at ages from 3 to 100. And so we've got an age matching. And then we've been very balanced in our gender. In fact, I would say we're more biased towards female. We're about 60-40 female to males in our analysis. So I think we're overcoming some of those biases, but you still have to be very careful because AI it's basically looking for patterns. And when it finds patterns that it likes, it'll fit them. And so you get these biases going one way or the other. There are methods that you can test for your biases, which we use tremendously, but biases can be a real challenge as well. I think that's some of the major things that I can think of right now from sort of ethical perspective. I do think that and we've seen some of the hallucinations. So again, it's like garbage in, garbage out. The amount the algorithms are only as good as the data that they're being trained upon. So we have to be very careful and make sure that the data that we're feeding our systems are actually accurate and real.
I agree. I mean, data breach is a huge problem. And I think not just in healthcare, everybody is suffering from this. Somewhere our email IDs go and the phone number, contact information, everything keeps breaching. And yes, that is true. And AI works on algorithm, as you said. And yes, avoiding biases could be a big challenge. So I can imagine how huge of a challenge that is. So yes.
Yeah, biases are everywhere, though. Unfortunately, even in the sciences, we face them. There's been great focuses on certain areas, and so they can trip us up. So finding that balance, making sure we are avoiding those biases, is one of the things we really need to work at. And you're absolutely right about the cybersecurity. It is a growing international problem.
Yes. Okay. So this one's kind of interesting. Collaboration is very important. We all know that. How is Molecular You collaborating, and with what kind of institutions is it collaborating?
Well, Molecular You really started as a collaboration, and in many ways, it's built entirely on collaboration from many aspects. So one of the things that's really unique about Molecular You is that we combine different what we call omic technologies. So omic is sort of a name or a pronoun that gets added to genes and proteins and metabolites. And so you have genomic, proteomic, metabolomic. And so you need to collaborate even around the data. So you have expertises in genetics, you have expertises in proteins, you have expertise in metabolites. And so right from the outset, we started collaborating with the experts, really world-leading experts, to understand how important those pieces of information were to the human condition. So that's a big thing, and obviously that involves a lot of institutions. Going forward, though, we're finding ourselves more and more collaborating with clinicians, so to really understand, marry some of the work that we're doing on our AI-powered multi-omic diagnostics with what the physician is doing, and so being able to make those make sense, and also combining other technologies such as imaging data. When we start now, we're digging into neurological conditions, and a lot of that is based on MRI imaging now. So being able to combine the molecular with the neurological imaging is very important. Getting EHR data, bringing that in. Wearables, we all know about all the wearables. We're working on a project right now with an organization that actually has these really cool clothing that you can wear that monitors your heart rate, monitors your body temperature, and combining that with our molecular analysis again is only possible through the unique collaborations. So at every level you need to collaborate, and I think even from a financial point of view, we need collaborations from government for support, but also from venture capital organizations. And so collaboration is the only way we're going to go forward. And we're really excited by all of the working with all the people, some fascinating new technologies emerging that are only really working towards a better health outcome for individuals and patients. So very excited by collaborations and wide open to even more. And the diversity thing is another reason why we need to collaborate. We need to get into different countries. We need to explore different needs. One of the things that we do is we look at how the environment affects your health, which we estimate is probably most of where your health is directed. So if you probably about 75% of your health is contributed through your environment. So the foods that we eat, what we're exposed to, so that requires a collaboration outside of Canada, working in other parts of the world. And so we're very, very open to collaboration, recognize the need for it, and really excited about the possibility of collaborating with people all around the world.
I think, yes, collaboration is one key that would help, all these health researches grow. And yes, I get the importance of it. It is very important. So do you want to say anything to our audience, or you want to give out a message for them, especially regarding AI in healthcare and everything?
Yeah, AI in healthcare. Well, I would say first of all this is a powerful tool, and that we should embrace it, but we should embrace it with open eyes and understand the limitations and understand the responsibility that we all have in healthcare to manage it in a way that is going to be helpful. Now, we have a lot of great information, and I think that as long as we can train our tools on information that's well characterized and well validated, the AI tools will be extremely useful. I do worry that sometimes we overstate what AI can do, and that we have to, especially in health. But I have to admit too that I have been amazed by the accuracy of certain systems, primarily because they're trained on really well characterized data sets. But as we continue to grow this should help all of our healthcare systems. So we use it primarily to help people stay healthy, identify disease early so they can have successful interventions and better outcomes. But when you're into care, deciding which medicines to use based on being better at diagnosing diseases, AI can be this phenomenal tool that can really support practitioners at every level and individuals. And I think that as we move forward, we're going to see more and more individuals empowered by these tools so they can take control of their own health. They'll be less reliant on healthcare systems and more reliant on the support they can get from these tools. So the future is very bright, but we have to manage it in a responsible manner.
I think you've said it very well that we need to embrace this tool with open eyes. That is something very important, and physicians cannot afford to get dependent on this kind of tool. That is something even I advocate, and I think everybody should be advocating. So, yes, absolutely agreed with whatever you've said. So, thank you so much, Dr. Fraser, for sharing your invaluable insights and expertise with us today. Your pioneering work in personalized medicine and the integration of AI is truly inspiring. So I
Thank
thank
you.
you, and I would really thank for sharing everything, your expertise, and how your company is working through all of this. So thanks a lot for doing this for the healthcare system as well, because it's a huge
Thank you
thing.
very much for having me. It's been a real pleasure. And if you're ever in Canada, and maybe someday we'll be in India, we'll help support you to a healthier future.
Definitely, definitely. I will definitely look forward to it. Yes.
Fantastic.